Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk a little bit about kind of a scandal going on in the 3D printing community. So, the first thing I want to talk about is printables versus Makerworld. So, if you haven't heard, there's a new site, Makerworld. It's by Bamboo Lab. And the gist of it here is that you can take these files from Makerworld and send them directly to your Bamboo Studio, or you can take it from the Handy app and print it directly on your computer. They have these print profiles up here. You can change certain things like your filament or your plate settings. But why is this a scandal? Let's talk about that. So, couple of years back, Prusa came up with this thing where you could import your files from Thingiverse over to Printables because people were tired of Thingiverse. It just wasn't working right. If you were around 5 or 6 years ago, you saw the decline of the site. I think it's probably running on a Pentium 2 processor in somebody's basement. So, a new site was needed, something that could handle the new printer community. So what this looks like is if you go over here to create, you can do Thingiverse import. And I already did this many years ago. No big deal. It was really easy. You go over to Thingiverse, you copy this little link into your profile. That way they know you own the models because you were able to put this link in your bio. That was their way of making sure you didn't just mass import from somebody else. Now, the reason why this is a scandal is because a week ago, Makerworld itself was in closed beta. That means you had to be invited to try it out. And I was in the beta, and I was able to import my files from Printables over to Makerworld. Super easy, really awesome. It copied the description, basically everything that you needed. And it did it the same way. You copied a link from your Makerworld profile here, and you dropped it into Printables. Pretty simple. However, the scandal is this, my friends. Now, when you go, and you can look in my About section, where I would put it, the link is gone. Interesting. I wanted to import some newer models that I had done recently, so I went over here and I said, all right, let me go ahead and grab my Makerworld link. I'm going to do it. Maybe it messed up or something. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that in here, right? Here is the problem. So you'll notice, watch what happens when I go here to save. Watch what happens down in this corner over here. Oh, spam has been detected. If you think your text is correct, contact Prusa 3D. What spam are you talking about? Oh, the Makerworld link. Interesting. Here's what's really interesting to this. I'm going to copy my Thingiverse URL, and I'm going to drop that in here. See, it says Thingiverse here. And hit save. It's totally happy. Well, hold on. Let me try this again. Close that, hit save, and it's totally happy. And you can see that it put it in right here. So what that's telling me is that Prusa is actively blocking Makerworld URLs on their site because they know this is going to get big. Because you can send prints from the website directly to your printer or from the app. And they're scared. However, it's a scandal because it's very, very dirty, very anti-competitive. They're blocking something to be used that they themselves created and used against another website. Like, I'm sorry. That to me just seems wrong. They're your files. You should be able to move them wherever you want. And you still can. Technically, you'd have to go here and download the file. But then once you do that, you have to go over here and get the description and, copy and paste it over here to Makerworld. And that's going to slow people down and it's going to make them not want to do it. That's the point. because if you make it easy, everybody will do it. If you take away the ease of it, you probably cut out about 50% of the people who are gonna, copy their files over to another site, which I think is wrong. Because let's go to Makerworld. Let's go look at the featured designers. I mean, you probably know these people. You got MacGyver, you have Bodhi 3D, you have quite a lot of people who are featured designers over here. So why are you hampering them from taking their files and putting them on another website? I mean, how is that different than going to Thangs? You know, those same kind of people are over here on Thangs. Like, let's do a quick search. Here's Bodhi 3D. Let's see if Bodhi 3D is on Thangs. He may or may not be. I'm not sure. Oh, look, interesting. Right here, he's on Thangs, but somehow Prusa's not blocking Thangs URLs. Like, let's go ahead and just drop that in here. Just drop it in here, see what happens. Looks like they're completely fine with Thangs URLs and with Thingiverse URLs, but any Makerworld URLs are considered spam. Now check this other thing out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to create. Okay, I'm just going to go create model. Model name, I'm just going to put in some random letters. Put in some random letters. I'm going to hit save draft. Okay, save the draft. It's totally fine. Let me go here and grab my Makerworld link. Okay, let me drop that in there, and then look what pops up. Oh, spam has been detected. Okay, well, maybe it's because they don't like the username. Even though it's like, hey, find me at makerworld.com. Huh, spam has been detected. So what they're doing is they are blocking makerworld.com as a URL site-wide as spam. You can't put it in your descriptions of your uploaded models. You can't say, hey, I'm also over here. You can find me here. None of that, which I think is very dirty and very underhanded of them. So in my personal opinion, I think that they are worried that this is going to get really big. Obviously, I'm sure everybody in the world knows by now that the new A1 Mini is launched. It's a direct competitor with, the Prusa Mini. It's actually cheaper than the Prusa Mini with multicolor. So I kind of get it. They're scared. They know the competition's coming for them. But to mark it is spam site-wide everywhere and shut down the ability for you to import your models easily, I'm sorry, that's just dirty to me. That's just another strike against them. So, my thing is, why are they scared? They've had a 10-year head start on every other 3D printer manufacturer out there ever. Why are they not innovating as much as everybody else at this point? Why do they have to resort to these tactics in order to try to stay relevant and competitive? Why can't they stand on their own as they have been for the last 10 years? Is it because that they have gotten complacent and, now they've seen everybody else rush ahead of them? I mean, okay, but don't play underhanded games. I mean, you could argue, yeah, Makerworld looks a lot like Printables, as far as the structure and everything else. I mean, if something was successful, wouldn't you also try to replicate that? I mean, obviously, I don't think Printables, the site, is open source, so I don't think anybody can claim, oh, they just downloaded the source code and changed the color. I don't think websites work that way, at least not the ones that I've seen. But for that same argument, how is Things not the same? I mean, look at it. Things is pretty similar. They've got Explorer, they've got top models, they've got ratings and likes and 3D viewers just like Printables does. So I'm like, nobody's screaming foul at that, and they've been around for the last 2 years. Um, and now they have memberships. In fact, Thangs was the first ones to do memberships, and then Prusa came out with memberships. So, I don't know. To me, it just seems very dirty, very underhanded. I don't like the route they're going. I don't like it at all. And this comes after I had a very disappointing support experience with the MMU2 to MMU3 upgrade. As some of you may know, I've had an MMU2 for 5 years, and it's never worked right, and support has been less than helpful. There's going to be a follow-up video coming on that one soon as well. How I fixed it myself, and how support was basically, you're out of luck, spend more money, and it probably will work better for you. Not cool. Anyways, if you also agree that this is really weird for them to do and not cool, leave a comment. If you disagree and you think that they're within their rights to do this, also leave a comment. And please, share this video. I want to hear discussions across the entire community. Maybe I'm in the wrong here, but I feel it's a dirty tactic to do. And I'd also love to hear an actual response from Prusa. Like, why did you mark this as spam? Because all of a sudden, it's now not working when it used to. Anyways, leave a like, leave your comments down there one way or the other, and share it out there to see what the rest of the community thinks. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye now.